Buongiorno a tutti e per l'appuntamento di questo giovedì torna sulla nostra rubrica dedicata al Game Pass per lasciare un gioco che aspettavo con un hyper pazzesco. Parliamo di Call of the Elden Goods. Se vi ricordate avevamo già avuto un piccolo assaggio di questo titolo grazie alla demo e mi era piaciuto tantissimo, lasciandomi con una voglia matta di giocarlo ancora. Ma oggi finalmente ci siamo, il gioco è arrivato sulla sua release completa e ufficiale del catalogo. Andiamo a vedere come si comporta questa versione definitiva e se le ottime premesse della demo sono state mantenute e soprattutto voglio sapere la vostra. Fatemi sapere sotto nei commenti se vi interessa una serie completa sul canale. Le divinità antiche ci stanno chiamando, andiamo.
What was that? Where's that voice?
Ok, il prologo l'abbiamo fatto nella demo, però lo rigiochiamo, tanto era veloce, insomma.
This is the story of a young girl. A girl who had strange and disturbing dreams.
Io sono
I
con...
know this place. I've been here before. This is the ancient stone city amidst the jungle.
sto giocando con mouse e tastiera, signori.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay, ignore him. Just ignore him. He's not gonna hurt you. Just keep going.
Sappiamo che non ci farà nulla. Non siamo sulla Terra, suppongo.
This constellation. Where am I? This is not the Earth.
L'ho detto già io. Non posso correre al momento, posso solo camminare.
Vector Yagna Yith. In other words, find a statuette and save my race.
Ovviamente quella è la statuetta.
The statuette! Here it is. Finally. I have to get it. I have to...
This is the story of Evie Drayton.
Quick, quick. Before I forget. Where did I put my notebook? I have to write everything down.
Looking for answers was part of Evie's observant nature and analytical mind. Her recurrent dreams began shortly after a period in 1956, when she'd completely lost consciousness.
Il diario era qui.
I've always been a good student, but during my amnesia period, I almost reached excellence. All straight A's?
Cacchio, questo è il diario.
Oh, here it is. Evie's Nightmare Journal.
Evie was worried that someone might read it. That's why she kept it locked away under that complicated padlock.
Yes,
Is this... are you Evangeline Drayton?
that's right. Who am I talking
Dov'è
to?
il filo del telefono?
I am the Dean of Archaeology at Miskatonic University. I believe you wanted to ask me some questions, right?
Yes. Yes, of course. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, Professor
Meet
Evan.
me today at 6 p.m. at 5 Prospect Road, outside of Boston.
Boston? That's almost a 2-hour train ride from Arkham. I thought
Do you want to talk or not?
Yes, yes, of course. I'll be there. 6 p.m., Prospect Road. See you in a couple of hours, Professor. All right, I should get ready. There's a lot of information here about my strange dreams and my amnesia. I'd better go through it again before I leave. I don't want to miss any questions when I talk to the professor.
Ricorda che prima di uscire devo fare
Before leaving,
qualcosa.
Evie asked herself if she had finished gathering all the information in her room.
I don't think I finished reviewing everything here yet.
Non mi ricordo se c'era qualcosa di
Uncle Mo
importante.
showed me a trick or two when I would help him in the motor shop. Tinkering with gadgets always... I couldn't leave my science fiction book collection in Benoit. I was lucky to be accepted at Miskatonic. It was one of the first universities in Massachusetts. Spitsbergen Island and Svalbard. Apparently, I researched this area of the Arctic thoroughly. When I saw this picture, I couldn't believe it. It's the same statuette I always see in my dreams. I've searched every astronomy book at the Miskatonic Library, but none of them contain any reference to this constellation.
Che potevamo mandare.
I must have written about 1,000 letters to the archaeology dean and...
Non c'è altro.
Rhythm and blues is definitely my kind of music. Reverend Charlton was adamant that I bring this cross to college. He must think Arkham is a den of iniquity and wickedness.
Before leaving, Evie asked herself if she had finished gathering all the information in her room.
All right, I think I've gathered what I need.
Andiamo, signori.
As odd as it seemed to Evie that the dean didn't meet her at the university, her need to know was stronger than her doubts. She was determined to attend the meeting. There, she would come across another protagonist in this story.
So, you have finally decided to talk to that young lady, Professor.
Yes.
Acknowledging responsibility for our previous mistakes is vital to moving forward. You've taken a crucial step in...
Listen, there's no need for us to talk, Doctor. The only reason I let you into my house is because you insisted it was necessary to prescribe my medication.
This is also the story of a sad, guilt-ridden, and lonely man. This is the story of my husband, Professor Harry Everhart.
Yes, I know well enough that discussing the effectiveness of our therapy sessions with you is futile. But you need to understand that therapy is just a part of the whole treatment. Without it, I can't go and...
Then ask whatever you deem necessary and let's get this over with as soon as possible.
Fine. What about your position as dean at Miskatonic University? We talked some time ago about your relationship with work was somewhat obsessive.
I didn't say that. You did.
Well, you told me you practically lived secluded in this very home, and the only thing that drove you to leave it was your job obligations. So, how would you define that?
Il professore Camillo tutto qui.
I do what they pay me for. Teaching, student assessment, and certain logistical duties fall within my responsibilities. Cheering at the Miskatonic Mariners football games does not.
And are you happy with that? With your life now?
What kind of question is that?
Well, I'm asking it because it sounds like you're subjecting yourself to a kind of self-punishment.
I am not. Next question.
There's another topic you've never wanted to delve into, Professor. Would you now be open to...
You're going to do it anyway, so go ahead.
Okay. What happened to your wife, Professor?
She died at home after a long disease.
Harry hated giving details about my death. Especially if those details meant talking about a certain expedition and deaths other than mine.
I see. And how do you feel about that and all?
What's my wife got to do with all this?
You see, the reason I'm asking, Professor, is because when we began therapy, you mentioned visions. Some sort of oily shadows casting themselves on the wall. You mentioned those visions began shortly after whatever happened to your wife. So, tell me, do you still see those shadows, Professor?
Noi vogliamo i medicinali, perciò io dico di sì.
No, not since I started taking the medication at least.
Harry had tried everything, and none of it worked. Not even the medication that helped him sleep could take away those oily shadows. But he kept it to himself.
Listen, there is something different I want to try in today's session. I believe hypnotherapy might...
Don't even think about it. Hypnotism is a scam.
Professor, with all due respect, I believe you're mistaking mesmerism with hypnotism. Even so, if you want me to prescribe the...
You won't give me my medication unless I submit to your quack experiment, is that it?
I'm deeply sorry you see it that way, Professor. But I need you to trust me in this.
Then go ahead. Wave a pocket watch in my face if that's what you need to do.
There's no need for pocket watches, Professor. The sound of a metronome will be more than enough. I need you to relax and free your mind. And think of something pleasant. A fond memory, if you will. Something that took place here, in the Everhart Manor.
A fond memory? In this place?
It wasn't easy for Harry to find a fond memory in the same manor where he had spent an extremely unhappy childhood.
Maybe.
Maybe.
December 1930. The last Christmas my wife and I ever spent at Everhart Manor. She insisted on coming, despite my parents never approving of our marriage. But that was the kind of person she was.
Huh. Interesting. Tell me more about it, Professor Everhart.
Every time I gave her a present, I prepared a little scavenger hunt. She loved it. She loved solving my stupid riddles.
As you may have noticed, this story has more than one protagonist. And though I am not one of them, I believe I, Nora Everhart, play a crucial part in it. Can I open my eyes now, Harry?
Not yet. We're almost there. Let me open the door and... Now, open your eyes.
Oh, look what you've prepared. It's another one of your scavenger hunts, huh?
Of course, old pal. Now, if you want your present, you'll have to earn it.
Can I use my journal to write down clues?
Well, technically that's against the rules, but I'll turn a blind eye this time.
You're so kind.
Mi ricordo che qua...
I wonder what my darling husband is keeping locked up in here.
You'll have to put that brain of yours to work to find it.
Non c'è il numero.
What are you up to now?
Wait. There's something wrong in this memory. This wasn't...
Ignore it. Focus on that moment. Your wife. That happy memory.
A new decade. I wonder what the future has in store for us. Tell me you didn't vandalize a piano just for a scavenger hunt, old pal.
Nora, who do you think I am? It's just crayon. I'm seeing those oily shadows in here. Why am I seeing those shadows?
Focus, Professor. Keep remembering.
Le ombre cominciano a salire. Cioè, questo non funziona. Perciò il quadrato e il 2. Due, 3, 5 e 7.
I can't believe it! It's that statuette! And it even has a black ooze orb. Just what I wanted for Christmas.
No. Wait. What do you mean a statuette? Don't touch it, Nora!
Keep going, Professor. It's important. Where is the statuette now?
You're no psychiatrist. Who are you?
I'm not going to ask you again, Professor Everhart.
Shortly after Harry's peculiar hypnosis session, Evie finally arrived at Everhart Manor.
Prospect Road 5. Here it is. Professor Everhart. It's me, Evangeline. Wait. What is going on here? Professor, is everything all right?
Most people would have turned away and left, but not Evangeline Drayton. She had been waiting for months to talk with the professor. No way was she letting it slip away. So, she decided to climb over the walls of the Everhart Manor.
Ok.
Ugh. This looks like something straight out of Tales from the Crypt. Hey, that window is open. Professor Everhart. It's me, Evangeline.
Chiudiamo la finestra e sta diventando acqua? No, ce ne freghiamo. Bene. Di là non si può andare.
Wow, look at the size of this library. It's almost as big as Miskatonic's.
Actually, it wasn't even a third the size of Miskatonic's library. but young people can be terribly impressionable at times.
Dyer was my applied geophysics professor. He was very strict. Strange character. This must be the professor's office. Astrology is the most utterly stupid thing I've ever come across. Books in different languages. Spanish, Italian, German, Latin. Looks like one is missing. Despite his tone, this Bowen fella doesn't seem particularly friendly. Professor had another appointment today with a therapist. The key. No. The greenhouse and the mausoleum.
Lasciato uno dei libri della serra. Che è successo?
What on earth happened here? Now it's open. Can't see a thing in here. Better turn my flashlight on.
Eccolo.
Good heavens above, would you look at the size of this place? Looks like there's a symbol carved into that bucket. Is that a fish? This vase-like thing with a face engraved on it can be rotated.
Già sappiamo cosa
Does the professor live
dobbiamo fare.
Careful. Stone staircase is slippery.
Stiamo zuppando tutti.
Darn it. This door is locked. Hidden room? Gosh, this is so beautiful. Yeah, it's a woman's grave. Nora Everhart. This must be the professor's wife. It's such a graceful and elegant woman.
Evie certainly had a keen eye for beauty.
È un malpacchione il professore. Sto andando veloce perché l'abbiamo fatta nella demo, signori. Semplicemente per questo. Però mi sa che non riusciamo a vedere oltre la demo, perciò ci vorrà un altro episodio.
Found her path in the shadow of morning? Maybe this guy was in the army? That's from the Bible. Psalm 1, verse 1. This person must have been quite devout. Father, husband, and servant of the people. This definitely looks like the greenhouse key. In loving memory of our firstborn son, John Everhart Jr. Oh dear. A dead child. This is simply heartbreaking. The inscription on the frame reads, Praeterita mutare.
Evie's last remarkable trait was her extraordinary memory, a gift I was never blessed with. So allow me, the narrator of this tale, to be the one taking notes. For the sake of clarity, of course.
Found her path in the shadow of morning? That's from the Bible. Psalm 1, verse 1. This person must have been quite...
Harry rarely spoke of his brother John, mostly because he had never known him. The boy had died years before Harry was born. Still, he believed that tragic incident had played a critical part.
Et voilà! It appears to be a Spanish edition of the science fiction novel The Future Eve. I'll keep it, just in case.
Oh. Ora vorrei arrivare dove siamo lasciati l'ultima volta con la demo. Ora c'era da mettere a posto. Che non mi ricordo. Guarda dove avevamo letto ste cose. Ah, un mutante. Era quella del bimbo. Prateria. Mutare. Cacchio l'avevamo vista l'altra volta. Ah, eccolo qua l'altro
Is
figlio.
this young man Professor Everhart? It does look like him. There's something written in Latin on his frame. Non possumus.
Cosa è scritto? No. Sì, l'ha preso. Vediamo le altre. Dove erano le altre? Erano lì su. Gli altri quadri.
Much better. Wow, this room is really depressing. Looks like a memorial. That expedition must have been quite important for him.
Oh, it had certainly been.
So Professor Everhart set on an expedition to the Pacific. I never pictured him as an adventurer. Torn canvas. The frame reads, Sed Futura.
Dove sarà l'altro quadro?
The man's definitely a dead ringer for the professor. Ripped canvas.
C'era una tela senza un quadro da qualche parte. Non mi sembra di ricordare che c'era.
Good thing the skull is fake. Rich people definitely had weird ways of entertaining.
Eccola qua.
Someone has ripped the canvas. There's a Latin inscription in its frame. Providere debemus.
Ora ce le abbiamo tutte. Ah, o forse si va dal più giovane al più vecchio, probabilmente.
Secret compartment?
Evie had never been good with languages, least of all a dead one like Latin. Even so, she managed to grasp the general meaning of the phrase. We can't change the past, but we must anticipate the future.
Looks like a music box of some sort. It doesn't make any sound. Maybe it's broken. Unbelievable. There's some kind of secret compartment in the fireplace. Feels like a mystery novel. Definitely like a mystery novel. Ugh. Professor!
Carta. Professore.
Professor! Professor! What happened? He's knocked out cold. Statuette's broken. And the sphere. Shattered to pieces. I wonder if I...
No! Don't touch it! Don't touch it.
Introductions between strangers are always a bit awkward. But in Evie and Harry's case, things were even more uncomfortable, due to the unusual circumstances under which they had met.
How are you feeling, Professor?
Considering I was assaulted, knocked unconscious, and someone tried to rob me in my own home, I suppose not all that well.
Evie didn't know where to start. So, she took the most formal approach.
We haven't been properly introduced.
I know who you are, Miss Drayton. We had an appointment today. And I can also imagine what it is you want to talk to me about.
Evie was taken aback. He knew? So Professor Everhart had read her letters after all.
I suppose you have some questions for me, so go ahead.
Bene signori, noi ci lasciamo qui, come nella demo. Se voi se credete che questo gioco vi interessi e volete che continui, a me piace molto, non ve lo nego, questo gioco, me lo scrivete giù nei commenti e vediamo di trovarci un buchino per giocarcelo in tranquillità, in scioltezza. Come vedete la demo ci ha aiutato moltissimo questa prima prologo. Va bene così. Comunque fatemi sapere giù nei commenti. Se il video vi è piaciuto mettete un bel like, condividete, iscrivetevi al canale per supportarlo, e se questo video è stato a vostro gradimento vi ricordo che ne trovate altri sul canale qua ai lati, ne trovate alcuni esempi. Un saluto a tutti, ciao.